This meeting is being held in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Notice of this meeting was provided in the amended annual notice of meetings published in the Union County Local Source and the Newark Star Ledger on August 3rd, 2023. Said notice was posted in the municipal building as required by law, and a copy of this notice has been made available through the office of the Borough Clerk. All contracts awarded by Mayor and Council must comply with the affirmative action requirements of PL 1975 C127. Fires are located in the directions I'm indicating. If you are alerted for fire, please move in a calm, orderly manner to the nearest smoke-free exit. Proper notice having been given, the Borough Clerk is directed to include this statement in the minutes of this meeting. Andrew, please lead us in the opening prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, can we get a roll call first? That'd be good. Sorry.
Councilman Petrosky?
Here.
Councilman Johnson?
Here.
Councilman Signorello?
Here.
Councilman Ravina?
Here.
Councilwoman Lyons?
Here.
Councilman Patel will be absent. He has a work conflict. And Mayor Signorello.
Here. All right, now let's go.
Eternal God, grant us thy help in all our duties and perplexities. We ask for thy guidance. Give us thy protection in our dangers and sorrows. Grant us thy peace. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. There are no communications for consideration this evening, but we do have two proclamations. We have Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. You guys want to come on up? Vitale family, let's go. You guys are like all almost as tall as the mayor, if not taller. Every year you come, catch up. We're going to have to get a little pedestal. You want to come up, Dad? And then they live in your ward. Roselle, you want to come up? Boom. Come on. So I'm just going to read this out loud. We have the Vitale family here. We got one of the first things that when I got involved back as mayor has really heartened me about the community is, and reminded me of the spirit of the community, is how Roselle Park, I don't want to put words in your guys' mouth, but it really rallied around Team Teo. I still got my Team Teo wristband. It's a little bit like, no longer as yellow as it used to be. But we've really been proud every year, I think now, to proclaim Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And I'll let you guys speak real quick, but if there's anything you want to say, or are you old enough to get like, come on, man, let's go now. You want the mic? Yeah.
Thank you once again. I appreciate it. September, now this is the third year it's been recognized in New Jersey, right, as Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month? Fifth year. Wow, time is flying. We actually put some ribbons around trees on our block, and we're always looking to raise awareness and give back, so we appreciate you recognizing it, and hopefully the rest of the town and community too. So thank you always, for doing such a great job.
Yeah, no, happy to. Let me just read this proclamation real quick. Whereas childhood cancer is the leading cause of death by disease in children, and 1 in 285 children in the United States will be diagnosed by their 20th birthday, and 43 children per day, or 15,780 children, oh my goodness, are diagnosed with cancer annually in the United States, and there are approximately 40,000 children on active treatment at any given time. The average age of diagnosis is 6 years old compared to 66 for adults. 80% of childhood cancer patients are diagnosed late with metastatic disease, and on average, there are 0.6% increase in incidence per year since the mid-1970s, resulting in an overall incident increase of 24% over the last 40 years, whereas 2/3 of childhood cancer patients will have chronic health conditions as a result of their treatment toxicity, with 1/4 being classified as severe and life-threatening, whereas approximately 1/2 of childhood cancer families rate the associated financial toxicity due to out-of-pocket expenses considerable to severe, whereas in the last 20 years, only 4 drugs have been approved by the FDA to specifically treat childhood cancer. And whereas the National Cancer Institute recognizes the unique research needs of childhood cancer and the associated needs for increased funding to carry this out. Whereas while researchers and healthcare professionals work diligently, dedicating their expertise to treat and cure children with cancer, too many children remain affected by the deadly disease, and more must be done to raise awareness and find a cure. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Joe Signorello, Mayor of the Borough of Roselle Park, in the County of Union, in the State of New Jersey, do hereby declare September 2023 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in the Borough of Roselle Park, and I encourage all citizens to observe this time and support the cause that so deeply impacts families in every community across our country. That was a mouthful. Round of applause. And yeah, so if you see all the beautiful banners, or not banners, but ribbons around on Chestnut Street, that is the work of you guys. It actually looks really nice, draws your attention. And then you guys also do yearly the lemonade stand and toy drive, right? So you guys do fantastic. You're an asset to the community. What else? What else you do? Come on, don't get shy now. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, be good. Yep. Boom. Yeah, no, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you guys want to take a group picture real quick? Ruben, do you mind taking a group picture? Sorry. Hold on, you gotta come on to this side of the here. Cool. Thanks, guys. Yep, sure. And then the next one we have. And then we were asked, I don't know if we have anybody here for this. I don't know if anybody came. But we're also this year proclaiming Prostate Cancer Awareness Month within the Borough of Roselle Park. I'm not going to go through the entire list, but obviously also another disease that deserves attention and awareness. So we will be proclaiming that for the Borough of Roselle Park as well. So thank you, everybody. Okay. May I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes pending corrections?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion that bills and payrolls be not read and passed for payment?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to open the public portion on agenda items only?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If you'd like to speak, please come forward to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Luke Tan. Luke Tan, too. I didn't get away anywhere. I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public portion on agenda items only?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Reports of departments. We got a lot. Andrew, you want to start us off?
Sure, Mayor. Thank you. We are progressing nicely. The summer's flying by. There's many things I'm sure all the other departments will hit on. But globally, we have a lot of road and infrastructure work going on. Chestnut Street, our downtown sidewalk project, is moving along very nicely. They will round out all the work on Chestnut Street probably this week by Saturday or Monday at the latest, weather depending. Since we had a very good stretch of weather, we got a lot done and moved very quickly. They will be shifting their efforts over to Westfield Avenue, the Westfield Avenue portion of the project, I should say. Again, these are all brand new sidewalks, underground water detentions for stormwater runoff. Ultimately, there'll be new striping on Chestnut Street for parking, and then new parking meters will be installed as one of the final things. So we're hoping to have that done during the month of September. We also have the final stages of the Clay Avenue project. We thank Elizabethtown Gas for expediting some of their work, which allowed us to come in, and we will be paving Clay Avenue from Locust Street to Walnut Street prior to the start of school. Milling will actually happen tomorrow, and paving is right now scheduled for Wednesday, August 30th. We have another project ongoing. It's 2023 Capital Roads, which would Beechwood Avenue. That includes a large portion of pedestrian infrastructure, brand new pedestrian infrastructure along the Valley Road Beechwood Avenue corridor. There will be several or two speed bumps actually installed on Beechwood Avenue at the end. And the Aldine Oval, the Webster Avenue Oval around Aldine Park and Loretti Park will be paved. We're hoping to also finish that project prior to the start of school. It started at the end of July, so they've been working away on it for quite some time. The other project that we have ongoing will be Dalton Street and Myrtle Avenue. We just this morning got approval from DOT to proceed, so a notice to proceed was given to the contractor. They'll be mobilizing very shortly. They will start with the concrete work. There will be a challenge over by Aldine School. We've been communicating pretty diligently with the school district. I've been speaking to the director of facilities there on a daily basis to work around all of our schools. It will be difficult over by Aldine, just based on the timing of this. There's not a whole lot we could have done better as a municipality when you have a project of this size. So, we will work to make sure that the disruption is as small as possible over by Aldine School, and that work is kept to a minimum during the day when students are in session. Other than that, my office is working on preparing for the 2023 election on November 7th. Ballots will be going out to mailboxes before we know it, and that's all I have. Any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Any questions for Andrew? Okay, cool. Weird order here. Rich, you want to come up?
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you, Mayor. So as like I do every month, this is the report for the end of July, the construction code elements. So in July, we issued 131 permits. Total revenue through the end of July for the agency is $679,539. Sewer connection fees to date are $4,005. COA development fee is that we received is $435,100. Total number of uniform construction code violations for July was 10. On the property maintenance side, we've been pretty busy. We had 14 court dispositions, fines year to date of $22,079. 56 violations were issued and 22 court summonses. As you can see as you drive up and down Westfield Avenue, the projects are moving along quite nicely. The Fernmore project, they actually just hired a new project manager for that project. I actually had an hour-and-a-half meeting with him yesterday. Very professional. He's actually former military, former lieutenant commander with the Navy. And he's well-versed in the construction industry, a lot of experience. So I'm looking forward to working with him and getting that project moving a little quicker. As far as the Hunter project across from the high school, that has been a little bit delayed, and the reason for that is the steel, they've been waiting on steel. And we are still having procurement issues in the construction industry. So they've been waiting on the structural steel. That should be coming in shortly. I did a review for the Beyond Footing and Foundation and Beyond Steel today that I just released. So that's moving along quite nicely. 10 West Westfield, I actually been out there almost every day now. They are moving along very nicely at a pretty good clip inside. They're going to be starting the exterior work. They might be changing up the courtyard slightly, making it much more pedestrian friendly than was actually approved by the planning board. They're going to be adding additional lighting, so I'll be looking at that to see if it does need to revisit the board again, because they are going to be putting in some of the similar lights, the Hatco fixtures that they have. If you're familiar with Cranford's fixtures, they're going to be similar to that. All right, be pedestrian friendly, be a lot safer as far as the number of looms in that area, especially in the evening, because they plan on 2 restaurants on either side with Building A and Building B. So with that stated, if anybody has any questions.
Yes, can you just tell me the status of Junior's Glass LLC and that possible location of the revitalization, where they at, off of Berwyn?
The gentleman came in, oh gosh, probably 2 weeks ago. I was off last week, so it was the week before. A little bit of a language issue, so he had his daughter with him. Very nice. I sat down with them along with Kim, and we went over the entire process with them. I think there was a lack of understanding and due diligence on his side. I don't know who he used as his counsel. Obviously, they did not come forward with the information that they needed. He did purchase that property,
Okay, good.
so that is in his hands. He will have to go to the board, though,
Okay,
because that is not a permitted use. It's in the ROB zone, and it's not pre-existing non-conforming, obviously, because prior was a dry clean. So they'll be moving along.
all right, thank you.
Rich, the reason delay for more because of management, is that where it seems?
There were some procurement issues. There was also, on the project management side, the project manager, he was a good guy, the project manager, but he was very fragmented. He was all over the place. So this gentleman is, Jeffrey Feinbach had brought this gentleman, he just hired him about 2 weeks ago. And like I said, I have a real good comfort factor. He has a lot of experience in this type of construction.
Thank you.
And Rich, was the issue with the Dowlings, was that taken care of? With the porta potty?
Yeah, the porta potty's gone.
Okay.
That's gone.
I just wanted to make sure.
There's a secondary issue with respect to the building itself and facilitating the construction. There have been some workers on site the last week. They're handling the waterproofing in the basement area, because as you know, during the storm last year, they had some issues with that. They also have a new investor, who I know personally, actually, from another town, and it's a home run for them. My
Okay.
hope is that that will facilitate it, and this particular investor has tremendous amount of experience in this type of business.
Good,
So he'll be able to guide them and help them.
awesome, thank you.
Okay?
You're popular tonight, Rich.
It's a lot of work going on.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Okay, that's it? Good, thank you, Rich.
You got it, thanks.
Rupin, you wanna come up?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. First, I want to give a quick update on the Casano Center construction. 50% of the project is completed. The goal is to complete this project by the end of the month. If the construction continues, the center will provide transportation to our seniors. So far, seniors are enjoying the day and shopping trips and taking advantage of the free transportation for their medical needs. On August 2nd, we had our last summer night open mic at the gazebo. It was a successful event. Special thanks to Lens Music School for volunteering their time and for providing the equipments, and to Councilwoman Roselle Lyons, Councilman Greg Johnson, and Councilman Jay Rubina for attending the final event. On August 9th, more than 200 residents enjoyed Roselle Park's first family swim night. Thank you, council members Joe Petrosky and Councilman Joe Rubina for attending the event. Thanks to the Roselle Park Boy Scouts for volunteering their time to help with the event, and Councilman Joe Rubina for the generous donation to support this event. On August 15th, we had 50 residents registered to the MVC event, but only 26 actually attended. It's important to note that if you're register for an event, please make sure you can attend on the event day. Otherwise, we will lose the dates moving forward. MVC may cancel their visits moving forward. The next event is scheduled for September 18, and registration is currently open on our social media page. Please make sure you are committed to attending before signing up. Just a few highlights on our upcoming events. Our annual Fiesta Hispana y Latina is on Friday, September 8, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Michael Murray Park. Festivities for this event includes a dance party, food trucks, and a concert from Los Nueve del Sabor, a Latin and South American band based right in the Roselle Park. Local food trucks will be at the festival. There will be fun activities for the kids, featuring small rides. The event is free and open to residents of all ages. Sunday, September 10 is our two-part cycling event, Tour de Roselle Park and Bike Clinic. At 12:30 p.m., residents ages 10 and older can join 2-mile tour at Roselle Park. of Roselle Park, attendees are asked to arrive no later than 12:15 p.m. Please note, tricycles and bicycles with training wheels will not be permitted. After the tour is the borough's annual bike clinic and helmets giveaway. This event will take place at the gazebo, and it is free and open to residents of all age groups. On the 11th, the borough will be hosting its annual September 11th Remembrance Service at Kelly Crawford Memorial Park. I apologize, Mayor. Yeah, okay. This service will honor all those lost in the tragedy on September 11, 2001. Please join us in the service at 7 p.m. Our annual Oktoberfest celebration is on Saturday, September 16 from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Michael Murray Park. The festivities will kick off the fall season with plenty of fun, food, and entertainment for all ages. The event will include authentic German music by Bernie's Orchestra, a variety of food trucks, a beer garden hosted by Roselle Park Youth Football, and much more free activities will also be available for children. To enter or to purchase alcohol at the beer garden, you must be 21 years of age or older. Price for the drink is one for $10, two drinks for $17, and three for $21. Returning to this year's festivities will be the pretzel eating contest with two winners. The first prize is dinner for four at Casa's restaurant, and the second prize is dinner for two at Los Altos restaurants. There is no entry fee for the contest. You must be 18 or older to enter the contest. On Saturday, September 23rd, we have a free CPR training and certification course for a limited number of eligible residents at the Casano Center. Councilman Johnson will mention more about the event. And on Saturday, September 30th, is the Roselle Parks Arts Festival. This year's event is going to be bigger and better. There will be over 75 vendors, professional artists, a beer garden, street artists, children's and adult crafts, and performances at 3 locations. This free event is open to all. The event will start at 12 p.m. and ends at 7 p.m. Street closures will be announced at a later date by our police department. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thanks, Ruben. Any questions?
Thank you.
Cool.
Good night.
Engineer, Kevin, come on up, brother.
Evening. Thanks for having me, Mayor and Council. Go through my stuff. Try to go really quick here. So we had a meeting with Elizabethtown Gas last week. Their work in the Hemlock and East Grand sections continuing. Their service connections will continue through the end of the year. I met with DPW actually on Locust Street. There was a sidewalk underneath the bridge that had some issues with some collapse. I reached out to the county. They had a project actually that already fixed that, and I believe that work was done already. So I'll check on that. Because last week we ended up closing the sidewalk because of the condition, but I think that's addressed now. Also moving on to Locust, the county does have a paving project. It is scheduled to start on September 5th. We did reach out to them due to the issues with the school in the area. We did push that work for night work, so it won't impact during the day, during school hours.
Did they accept it?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Hey, Kevin, just FYI, I don't want to interrupt you, but we did get something, I noticed you weren't on it, your office might have been. Milling right now looks like the 19th,
Okay.
potentially, would be overnight on the 19th.
Okay.
But it's tentative because they kind of had it mixed up with Roselle, so it'll be sometime in the middle of September.
Okay, I'll reach out to them. All right, we also met with Andrew on the front of the building here. We're looking at some landscape improvements we're going to look to implement in October. We're also looking at traffic studies for Valley and West Webster and Walnut and East Clay to change the stop controls in those intersections. And I believe that's all that I have. The drainage project that's still ongoing right now, we're going through some of the capacity analysis and looking at some alternatives for the layout of the pipe and where we're going to go with it, but that's something that's continuing to go ongoing. And as we get further down the road and we start reaching out to some of the departments, we'll kind of start tying you guys in with some of those meetings.
Cool. Yeah, how long do you think it'll be till we can start kind of, I mean, I'm not going to be an engineer reviewing it, right? But like kind of conceptualizing harder numbers on what it could potentially cost and stuff like that.
We plan to have the survey done this fall.
Okay.
So once we get that done, we should be able to get pretty good.
Okay, so fall, fall, winter?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
this fall, early this winter, we should have good solid numbers on costs.
Okay, cool, sounds good. Mhm.
That's all I have.
Evan, Locust by McDonald's, that's been corrected, is that what you were saying? I didn't hear you that
Yes,
well.
yeah, the side, there's a culvert underneath the east side,
Yep.
east side of the sidewalk there that was deteriorating. The sidewalk actually acts as the top of the culvert. The county had a project to repair that portions of it. I just got word today, though, that it was done. I spoke to the county last week. They said they anticipated doing it within the next few months. I told them we actually closed off the sidewalk because of the condition. They said they were gonna go out there, so, they didn't tell me they were repairing it, but apparently they did already repair it, but I'll confirm.
So we're under the impression it was fixed and whatever, okay.
Yes.
And what was, and I didn't hear you, the stop signs, I apologize, wasn't hearing you well.
On
The
Valley.
traffic, Valley,
Yeah, Valley and West Webster and Walnut and East Clay, we were gonna take a look at the stop controls there.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Cool, thanks.
Thank you.
Yep. Ken Blum.
Thank you, Mayor. Just real quick, taxes are due. The due date was extended till August 31st, so you have until next Thursday to pay without interest. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thanks, Ken. Any questions for Ken? Chief Thompson?
Good evening, everyone. So my report for the month, the department continues to actively recruit members for the fire department and fire patrol. I just want to give a thank you to our membership for attending the community cool downs over the summer. We had to reschedule one, unfortunately, due to some weather, but it turned out pretty well. I think it was well attended, and we're looking forward to it next year. Thank you to the membership and the public that attended the National Night Out. Seemed like it was a very good success, and our new house fire prop that we built for the kids seemed to go over very well. We actually have 4 members that are going to be attending the upcoming fire academy, and I'm happy to report that all 4 of them passed their physical agility test the other evening. All of our ground ladders and hose has been tested as in compliance, and we just wanted to thank the membership and the police department for their assistance when we responded to a garage fire on Warren Avenue a few weeks ago, and the crews on the scene did an amazing job. They were able to prevent the fire from extending to the house and causing any more damage, so it's a good job by everyone. Any questions?
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief Thompson?
No, great job, though.
Thank you. Yep. Chief Reno?
So I'll just confirm with you that I stopped by, the supervisor was at Locust by the McDonald by the bridge, and they did do the repair. I was there when they were repairing it on Wednesday. They just put some patchwork over the sidewalk, fixed up the holes so that there was no tripping hazard. There's nothing more extravagant than that, unfortunately, but they did repair that this week. We'll be removing the horses probably tomorrow. I'll be able to superintendent get them out of. Sorry. I submitted my report for the month of July. I'd like to highlight a couple portions of that. On July 10th, I attended and participated in a meeting with the newly appointed superintendent of schools, Ms. Patricia Goyce. During the meeting, we collaborated on how we will continue to keep our Roselle Park students safe this upcoming school year, and also implementation of the Class 2 police officers detailed to work the security at the middle school in addition to the high school that we did last year. She advised that the Roselle Park Board of Education had budgeted for its additional security for the 2023-2024 school year for those Class 2 specials. You'll see in the agenda for tonight that there's 3 appointments looking to be made. I vetted each one of these candidates. They're all retired police officers from the Sheriff's Department and also Kenilworth PD. They were vetted by myself and the captain, and I'm hoping that you guys will be able to get these candidates through, as these Class 2 specials can only work 15 hours apiece, is why we need 4, 2 at each school, so we could cover the daily Monday through Friday that the school has. As far as the hiring for the police candidates. We're pretty close to the end. We've interviewed about 43 candidates for the police application. We've got them down to about 5. We have a top 2 right now, and I'm happy to say that we're probably not probably, but by Tuesday of next week, the one will be finalized, hopefully, if everything goes well this week, and get something on the September agenda to push through for.
Yeah, I was chasing Andrew about it this morning. It sounds like it's some
Some.
logistics, but things are
And then
trending in the right direction.
The other should be pushed forward to for October.
Yeah, I was told to keep my mouth shut all around on those.
No worries, but we're working diligently to get our manpower up to speed. It's been a tough summer, but we got through it. That's pretty much all I have for the couple highlights. I just want to comment on the cool down that the fire chief had mentioned. What a great job that the fire department did, and as well as the Roselle Park PBA, as they donated some of their time, and also some, I believe they did lemon ice or ice cream, and donated that to them as well. So that was a tremendous job by them. Good event, and the 4th of July event was probably the biggest event that this borough has probably hosted, and I'm happy to say that in that whole event of 4th of July, we had 0 incidents for any calls for service on our part that we had to contend with or deal with. It was a great event.
Oh, it was massive, and you guys were super professional as always, Chief.
Thank you.
Yep. Anything else?
Yeah, Chief, I want to say thanks for your advocacy efforts and for the approval of the crossing guard over at West Lincoln and Phase 2.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Coach Raniere is always the closer. He's like Mo Rivera. Comes in and shuts it down. Raniere. You're the closer. Yeah.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Borough Representatives, and residents of Roselle Park. Happy to say that for the first time in a long time, we're actually fully staffed. Everyone's back to full duty, which I'll go through the list of employees. A1 superintendent, 1 clerical, 1 mechanic, 2 shade tree operators, 2 operators, 2 class 2 laborers, and 3 class 1 laborers. Storm and sanitary sewers. At this junction, there's no real projects being scheduled, or at least in the foreseeable future of the next couple of weeks. On Saturday, July 29th, I received a call from the Roselle Park Police notifying me of a sinkhole. It was a Saturday afternoon that was forming at the intersection of Pershing and Grant. This, if you remember, was the same intersection we had that water main break in January. Well, before that, there was a sinkhole forming in the late fall. And it was causing a massive sinkhole there, and it was dealt with on January 6th, I believe. Well, that same intersection had another leak recently that was determined by New Jersey American Water after the 29th that there was a leak there causing the sinkhole. That was all repaired on August 8th by New Jersey American Water. Potholes, I'd like to, for the next couple weeks, get the guys out there again at least one day each week, just randomly throughout the town to just pick up where we left off. There are some random potholes around that need to be addressed. Some of them will by default be addressed by the paving projects that are happening, so we will ignore those areas. Tree and property maintenance. Since I was away, there was a request for quite a few inspections, like tree inspections and some property maintenance issues. They are being scheduled and dealt with within the next couple of days. Any property maintenance issues related to overgrown grass and issues like that will be hopefully dealt with over the weekend.
Thank you.
Garbage, recycling, and vegetation. Just as a reminder, Eastside garbage collections every Tuesday and Friday. We get these phone calls every single day for some reason, especially on recycling. Westside garbage collection will be every Monday and Thursday. Recycling will be picked up every Wednesday, alternating weeks with paper products and commingling bottles, cans, and plastics. The next recycling pickup will be August 30th, Wednesday, August 30th. And that's a commingling of bottles, cans, and plastics. Vegetation pickup is every Thursday on the east side and every Friday on the west side, and I believe that's till the end of the calendar year. All this information can be found at the rosellepark.net website. That concludes my report now.
Cool. Any questions for Paul?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Evening.
I would like to thank Mayor Signorello and the Town Council for giving me the opportunity to provide a brief update. The goal of the Roselle Park Recreation Department is to meet the recreational needs of our community. As part of our department's effort to meet these needs and expand community services, our department provides a wide range of programs. The Recreation Department has recently completed the summer programming of middle school, high school adult fitness, middle school, high school basketball, middle school, high school volleyball, flag football, girls soccer, tennis. In addition, we accommodated the July Casano Center programming while the building was under construction. Membership and recreation programming. Recreation registration and is open for homework club, aftercare, transportation, chaperoning, fall and off-season recreational sports and activities. We currently have approximately 105 members. Time is running out and space is limited. Our first day of aftercare is September 7th. Please keep in mind the new cost of the homework club program is $2 an hour, $6 a day, $30 a week, and $120 a month. If you believe you qualify for financial assistance, please email Melanie Cantor at rosellepark.net. It must be noted that these programs are considerably lower than other facilities that charge between $200 and $300 per month or $2,800 or $3,000 yearly. We're pleased to report that our department will offer the following changes to the recreational programming. Create a borough and aftercare and homework club schedule independent of the Roselle Park School District. Some half days and full days off. Back to school night events for members, parents' night out, Roselle Park spring events, adult pickleball, off-season sport practices, high school girls flag football, and co-ed flag football. We remain committed to providing the best possible care and programming. Please register at rosellepark.net at Recreation and click Rec Desk. We are continuing to collaborate with the Mayor Signorello and Town Council and Business Administrator Casillas with regard to the Acre Park renovation project. The community survey had over 180 responses of feedback. Lastly, we participated in an open forum on Tuesday, August 1st in Borough Chambers to discuss in person the Acre Park renovation project. We are proud to report the feedback is being taken into consideration as we move forward with the design features. As always, you can contact the Recreation Department at recreation@rosellepark.net with any questions or concerns. Mayor Signorello and Town Council, that completes our August Recreation Department update. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Good report for me. Anything for John? Thanks, brother.
Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Okay. Did I miss anybody? May I have a motion to accept the reports of departments as submitted?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Andrew, please read ordinance number 2736 by title.
Yes, Mayor, ordinance 2736 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending Chapter 30, Section 30-2 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Tax Established to clarify the establishment of a 2% tax on the receipts from each sale by a cannabis retailer.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2736?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody wishing to come up and speak may do so now. I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2736?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2736?
So moved.
Second.
Andrew, please call the roll. Oh, is there any discussion? Do I need to take discussion here? Discussion, right? Is there any discussion? Okay, Andrew, call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Rabine.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
No.
Councilman Patel is absent. That's 4 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative, 1 absent. The Ordinance is adopted.
Andrew, please read ordinance number 2737. Oh, no, we have to, okay, it's on there, okay. Please read ordinance number 2737 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2737 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending Chapter 40 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park so as to permit short-term rentals as a permitted use within the B2 Central Business and B3 Arterial Business Zone districts.
May I have a motion to adjourn the public hearing and further consideration of ordinance number 2737 until the regular meeting of September 21st, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
And Councilman Patel is absent. 5 in the affirmative, Mayor. The public hearing is adjourned to September 21st, 2023.
Please read ordinance number 2738 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2738 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending Chapter 40 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park so as to reinstate and otherwise permit certain residential uses within the ROB Residence Office Building Zone District.
May I have a motion? No, this one's the same, that story, okay.
Yep.
May I have a motion to adjourn the public hearing and further consideration of the ordinance number 2738 until the regular meeting of September 21st, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
5 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adjourned until September 21st, 2023.
Andrew, please will read ordinance 2739 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2739 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, a bond ordinance amending Section 3A3 of Bond Ordinance Number 2300, adopted June 3rd, 2010, in order to revise the description of the improvements referred to therein.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2739?
So moved.
Second.
Would anybody like to come up and speak on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Would anybody like to come up and speak on this ordinance? I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2739?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2739?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel is absent. 5 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The ordinance is adopted.
Andrew, please read ordinance number 2740 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2740 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, a bond ordinance amending Section 3A6 of Bond Ordinance Number 2386, adopted July 18th, 2013, in order to revise the description of the improvements referred to therein.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2740?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would like to come up and speak on this ordinance? Okay, I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2740?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2740?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel is absent. 5 in the affirmative, Mayor. 1 absent. The ordinance is adopted.
Oh, this is a fun one. Okay. Andrew, please read ordinance number 2741 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2741 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, a bond ordinance amending Section 3A3 of Bond Ordinance Number 2443, adopted July 30th, 2015, in order to revise the description of the improvements referred to therein.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2741?
So moved.
Second.
Would anybody like to come speak on this ordinance? I am seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2741?
So moved.
Second.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2741? Oh, sorry, can I get an all in favor on closing?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2741?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel is absent. 5 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The ordinance is adopted.
Andrew, please read ordinance number 2742 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2742 is an ordinance for introduction, an ordinance amending Chapter 7, Section 12.1 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Time Limited Metered Parking.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2742 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as September 7th, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel is absent, 5 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The ordinance is introduced.
Andrew, please read ordinance number 2743 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2743 is an ordinance for introduction, an ordinance amending Chapter 7, Section 37 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Loading Zones.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2743 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as September 7th, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel is absent, 5 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The ordinance is introduced.
Please read ordinance number 2744 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2744 is an ordinance for introduction, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2734, fixing the salary ranges of non-union employees and officials of the Borough of Roselle Park in the County of Union, State of New Jersey.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2744 for introduction and fix date for second reading and public hearing as September 7th, 2027?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel is absent, 5 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The ordinance is introduced.
Andrew, please read ordinance number 2745 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2745 is an ordinance for introduction, an ordinance amending Chapter 10, Section 4, subsection 4.1 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Recreation Fees Enumerated.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2745 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as September 7th, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel is absent, 5 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The ordinance is introduced.
Okay, all matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item would be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Andrew, please have fun reading all of these resolutions.
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 22523 is authorizing renewal of inactive alcoholic beverage control license number 2015-3325 Cassio's Tavern 2, Inc., doing business as Cassio's Tavern 2, for the 2023-2024 licensing term in conformity with a special ruling issued by the Director of the Division of Alcoholic Beverage Control pursuant to NJSA 33:1-1239. Resolution 22623 is accepting the resignation of Andrew J. Casillas from the position of Qualified Purchasing Agent. Resolution 22723 is accepting the resignation of Gabriel Costa from the Roselle Park Fire Department. Resolution 22823 is appointing Isabella A. Garcia to the position of Adult Counselor with a teaching certificate within the Roselle Park Recreation Department. Resolution 22923 is appointing Jasmine M. Creighton to the position of Adult Counselor without a teaching certificate within the Roselle Park Recreation Department. Resolution 23023 is appointing Janet L. DePaula to the position of Class 2 Special Law Enforcement Officer within the Roselle Park Police Department. Resolution 23123 is appointing John V. Zimmerman to the position of Class 2 Special Law Enforcement Officer within the Roselle Park Police Department. Resolution 23223 is appointing Michael A. Heller to the position of Class 2 Special Law Enforcement Officer within the Roselle Park Police Department. Resolution 23323 is appointing reappointing Michael Powers to the position of Class 2 Special Law Enforcement Officer within the Roselle Park Police Department. Resolution 23423 is appointing Joseph Iscaro to the position of Alternate Crossing Guard. Resolution 23523 is appointing Joseph Evans to the position of Alternate Crossing Guard. Resolution 23623 is appointing Roger Sue to the position of Alternate Crossing Guard. Resolution 237 is appointing Kathleen Tillotson to the position of Alternate Crossing Guard. Resolution 23823 is promoting Alternate Crossing Guard Louis Alicia to the position of Crossing Guard. Resolution 23923 is promoting Alternate Crossing Guard Larry Platt to the position of Crossing Guard. Resolution 24023 is promoting Alternate Crossing Guard Anthony Carballo to the position of Crossing Guard. Resolution 24123 is accepting the resignation of Paul Kabliska from the position of Electrical Subcode Official. Resolution 24223 is appointing Joseph J. Egidio to the position, Egidio, I'm never going to get that right. to the position of electrical subcode official. I'll apologize when I see him. 24323 is authorizing an employment agreement with Judith D. Mack as Deputy Code Enforcement Officer. Resolution 24423 is appointing Patrick Haas to the position as a member of the Roselle Park Fire Department. Resolution 24523 is appointing Thomas P. Jaskula as a member of the Roselle Park Fire Department. Resolution 24623 is appointing Tavon Galvez as a member of the Roselle Park Fire Department. Resolution 24723 is authorizing the tax collector to issue a prorated credit of third quarter 2023 property taxes and cancel fourth quarter 2023 property taxes in connection with an eligibility clarification for a 100% disabled veteran property tax exemption issued to 328 Pershing Avenue, Block 1011, Lot 13 of the municipal tax map. Resolution 24823 is authorizing the tax collector to issue a reduction and/or refund on one sewer utility bill for Block 422, Lot 18 of the municipal tax map, commonly known as 604 Chestnut Street, in the amount of $124 due to a water utility discrepancy. Resolution 24923 is authorizing the tax collector to issue a refund of duplicate payment of third quarter 2023 property taxes on 117 Pershing Avenue, Block 1107, Lot 7 of the municipal tax map in the amount of $2,185.71. Resolution 25023 is approving the insertion of a National Opioid Settlement Fund grant as a special item of revenue in the 2023 municipal budget in the amount of $3,082.58. Resolution 25123 is authorizing the Chief Administrative Officer to make application for a It Pays to Plug In grant through the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection and execute a grant agreement in connection therewith. Resolution 25223 is authorizing a one-year extension to the contract with Suburban Disposal, Inc. for recycling and collection services in an amount not to exceed $319,665 pursuant to the index rate defined in NJSA 48:11-2. Resolution 25323 is accepting the 2022 municipal audit report. Resolution 25423 is approving the corrective action plan for the 2022 municipal audit. Resolution 25523 is supporting the establishment of a no stopping or standing zone along eastbound New Jersey Route 28, locally known as East Westfield Avenue, at and around 158 East Westfield Avenue. Resolution 25623 is designating the area identified as Block 606, lots 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 3601, and 38 of the municipal tax map of the Borough of Roselle Park, commonly known as 112 Chestnut Street, 101 West Westfield Avenue, 105 West Westfield Avenue, 111 West Westfield Avenue, 115 West Westfield Avenue, 121 West Westfield Avenue, 129 West Westfield Avenue, 133 West Westfield Avenue, 147 West Westfield Avenue, and 159 West Westfield Avenue, along with all streets and rights-of-way appurtenant thereto as a non-condemnation area in need of redevelopment pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law NJSA 48:12A-1. Resolution 25723 is promoting high school counselor Emma Adams to the position of college counselor within the Roselle Park Recreation Department. Resolution 25823 is promoting high school counselor Isabella C. Albarone to the position of college counselor within the Roselle Park Recreation Department. Resolution 25923 is promoting high school counselor Dina Dokic to the position of college counselor within the Roselle Park Recreation Department. Resolution 26023 is promoting high school counselor Colleen P. Downey to the position of college counselor within the Roselle Park Recreation Department. Resolution 26123 is promoting high school counselor Anthony Ponzio to the position of college counselor within the Roselle Park Recreation Department. Resolution 26223 is adopting Vision Zero goals for the Borough of Roselle Park. Resolution 26323 is expressing support for a comprehensive study of the Route 28 corridor within the Borough of Roselle Park, locally known as Westfield Avenue, by the New Jersey Department of Transportation in order to conduct a problem screening and issue problem statements. And Resolution 26423 is authorizing application for the 2023 Union County Kids Recreation Trust Fund grant.
Thank you, Andrew.
Welcome.
I'm going to pull 263-23. Check, is this on?
Yep.
And I'll pull 256-23, just so we we get our money's worth with our professionals that we have here. Anybody else want to pull anything else? Okay, cool. Andrew, please, no. May I have a motion to approve the resolutions remaining on the consent agenda?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, can I get Ron, Fran, and I'm blanking on, sorry, how's it going, man? Good to see you again. You guys want to come up for a second? May I have a motion to adopt resolution 256-23 while they're coming up?
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Uh, Cool, yeah. So I guess while I have you guys here, it never hurts to just have a refresher of the redevelopment process. And actually, this is important for me because although we've done a lot of redevelopment, this is actually the first one that I've kicked off. I think, Fran, every one we've done is, the study's been done, the plan's been, more or less, right? Since I got
Stepped in the middle, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Nice. So this is the first one we kind of, where I started out as mayor. So now, assuming this passes, we don't have, so there's always been a developer that's been named or was ready to get named in the past, right? So the plan happens next, right? That's the next step here, is that correct?
That's correct. Just for the record, Fran McManaman, Scotland and Bauman, Redevelopment Council to the Borough, yes. Should council adopt the resolution this evening designating these parcels as an area in need of redevelopment, the next step would be for the Land Use Board to facilitate the development of a redevelopment plan, which has already been authorized by council. When council first authorized the study back in April of 2023, that resolution included an authorization, should council designate the area as a redevelopment area, that then a redevelopment plan would be prepared.
And plan, just as a refresher for me, Ron, this is like broad parameters of what could happen in that area, is that correct?
Well,
Go ahead, you can
yes,
walk
no,
out
I
his
was
plan.
going to say that it's two separate processes. I
Yeah.
mean, we declare the area in need.
Yep.
So it has to meet the statutory criteria.
Yep.
Then, and as Fran said that, for the record, Ron Reinertsen.
Yep.
Then the council may authorize a study. Now, you have authorized a study, but there's no time limit on doing the plan, I should say.
Got it.
But once, if authorized,
So study's done, and maybe this is a
Yeah.
you question, we have to do another resolution to authorize the plan? Is that?
No, so we have the plan is, if you deem it an area in need of redevelopment tonight.
Which would
with the
be
resolution.
vote of the resolution.
Right,
Yeah,
the
okay.
crafting of a plan is already authorized.
Okay, got it.
Authorized,
Right,
yes.
the authorization is contingent on designating it as a study area. What will happen next is, we then have to retain professionals, right, which are in
Correct.
front of you.
Yeah.
To do that work, right?
Yep.
And the plan is for layman's terms, right, for what everybody knows, it is the zoning and the bulk regulations around that property. It's what broadly do you want to see there?
Yep, got
Yes.
it, okay, okay.
And it's all open at this point.
Yeah.
There is nothing contemplated for any, what would be in the plan.
Yeah, no, and that's, so this is, right, so these are good questions. So then, with the plan, is that something that just sort of gets kicked to the land use board for their input? Is that something that you talk to me about? Like, how does this work out? I mean, we're always gonna talk, I talk to you every other week, but.
Well, no, just say we were authorized to do the plan.
Assume yes.
Yeah,
Got
so
it,
we
yeah.
would write the plan,
Yep,
and then it would come back to council.
got it, for amendments,
Well, for
feedback.
amendments or what have you, but you would have to refer it to the planning board. The planning board has 45 days to review it, and I believe in Frank, correct me if I'm wrong, their duty is to see if it is consistent with the master plan.
Correct, so they'll review it for consistency, so council will get the redevelopment plan, council will then refer to the land use board, the land use board then has an opportunity to review it, make any recommendations, then it comes back to council, and then it's adopted by ordinance.
Got it. Okay, cool. So I think I'm caught up to speed because I have been involved in the plan. So, long story short, you come up with or work on a draft plan, comes to mayor and council touches it, goes to land use board, then gets ratified by mayor and council, I would assume.
Adopted by ordinance,
Sorry,
correct.
adopted by
Yes.
ordinance. Yep,
Yes.
okay. And then the final thing, so I think this will be a theme probably for this area, but also most likely as we do redevelopment in the T section, the downtown. So when you have one redevelopment plan, can you have multiple redevelopment agreements within that plan?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
The redevelopment plan, to touch on something you mentioned earlier, is what you can do in the area. The redevelopment agreements are what you're going to do in the area. So they can involve different redevelopers, they can involve different types of projects, all consistent with the redevelopment plan.
Okay, got it, understood. Okay, okay, that was it. Any questions from council? Yeah, and part of why we're asking this is, again, I've stepped into plans and agreements where we have had something already kind of in mind, somebody owns a property already, so you have a generic idea of what's gonna go. This one is purely, we don't potentially know what's gonna be there yet, so interested to see how this one shakes out.
Okay.
Cool. May I have a motion, or Andrew, can you call the roll?
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorelli.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilman Lyons.
Yes.
Councilman Patel is absent, 5 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The motion is agreed to. The resolution is adopted.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
See y'all.
Always good to
Great
see you guys.
summer.
Yep. Okay. May I have a motion to adopt resolution 263-23?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Greg, I'd like you to take a victory lap on this one. If
No,
you
no,
don't mind.
I actually was gonna
No,
let
man,
you.
no,
I
it's
actually was
you.
gonna let
I'm
you-
kicking it to you. My words are not great today, so please go for it.
Well, my words are never so.
Yeah.
I just wanted to thank Andrew, the police chief, you guys, all of Borough. Actually, I'll just wait until I'll go into it in my report. But I am appreciative that that you came to get. Hold on, let me get more specific.
Oh, you got it? You're just going to pull up the...
Yeah.
pull it up. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Where am I? Anyway, I'm just gonna freestyle. This project right here stemmed regarding Route 28. A few years back, we received a couple of tragedies on Route 28, a couple of unfortunate deaths. But it's not only just the tragedies. There's been a lot of concerns with Route 28, Westfield Ave, being that it's 4 lanes and 2 two-lane highways. We have a unique circumstance than other surrounding neighbors like Cranford or everyone else, because they only have one. I think Elizabeth shares that dilemma with us too.
They have the same, yeah.
So there's a lot of other problems, from safety concerns. We need bump outs. There's a lot of things. So I just wanted to thank the mayor for setting up this meeting with NJDOT and our department heads, like Andrew that was present. And I think it was really good because we're going to talk about, we're going to meet later on in the future and have discussions regarding what we can do to better that corridor from Elizabeth to Route 28. So I think this is a very exciting moment. The professionals there, like Jamie, they were, I believe Jamie, right? Jamie and a couple of other, I'm sorry if I forget anyone's name because the mayor put me up. But yeah, like I said, I was just happy that everyone was open and to mitigating a lot of these safety and aesthetic concerns. And I just heard, Jay, we heard a lot of things like bump outs. I made sure I added that. I remember talking to you and discussing about that and gardens, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't want to belabor or go on into detail because I don't know specifics.
Yeah, we don't
because
even
we're
know
going to have a meeting in the future
Yeah,
regarding specifics. But I do know things along those lines was discussed, and I was very pleased with the discussion.
Yep. Yeah, so I wanted to make Greg sweat a little bit, but
No, I have it written down.
but really, this has been, I would say, probably the most vocal council people have been Councilman Rubina and Councilman Johnson. We've done patchwork work, as you know, just consistently bothering the DOT. We finally have the crosswalk at Meridia. And DOT, to their credit, basically said, like, whoa, we're having a lot of issues here. Rather than piecemeal looking at these things, we're going to do a strategic study around it. And what I think is really exciting is exactly what Councilman Johnson was alluding to, is what could be really helpful from a public safety perspective, aesthetic perspective, and traffic perspective, is if we go into this study and they do some bump outs, right? So what a bump out is it basically, it's a bump out into the street where a tree's planted and it's better for shade, it's better for aesthetics, and it also slows down cars, right? That's one thing that they brought up. We could have potentially dedicated bike lanes, which would be really awesome. Go into a lot of the, what's that? Yeah, exactly. Jay's ears perked up. We could have dedicated NJ Transit lanes, which I've been advocating for a long time. We have great buses along Route 28. Could have dedicated lanes that way. And all these things sound like floofy and fluffy, but coherently together, they make for a safer crosswalk. They also make for a better downtown, because the more our Westfield Avenue just looks like a throughway, the more our businesses are going to suffer. The more it looks like a nice, cozy downtown, the better chances our businesses are going to have to survive and thrive. So, and I will take a chance to say, I think a lot of this stuff is possible, right? We talk about like all these nebulous infrastructure bills and like what's DC spending money on. This is all possible because NJ DOT is going to have grant money from the federal government to make sure that we can look at things like this. So it's actually one of the cases where I think, some of the work that DC has done actually really impacts us in a very concrete way, because there's no way to afford it otherwise. Okay. Any further discussion on
I
that?
just want to steal Andrew. This is just a holistic approach. We're just
Yeah.
we're tying it all together.
No, it's good. Yeah.
Instead of piecemeal.
And poor Andrew
Just
has
want to steal Andrew.
less onesie-twosie complaints to give to DOT.
And it'll just be one.
And that's the other thing I want to mention. I'm sorry, I don't want to take a victory lap too much on that. You guys, for as much as you reach out to us for problems, your councilmen are very often there advocating for you. And the crap rolls uphill in this case, right? Council people talk about problems. They talk to the mayor. We talk to DOT, and DOT is looking to handle this the right way. So, cool. Call the roll, Andrew.
Councilman Petrowski.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Absolutely, yes.
Councilman Signorella.
Yes.
Councilman Urbina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
5 votes in the affirmative, 1 absent. The resolution is adopted.
Cool. Councilman Urbina.
Good evening, Mayor, colleagues, and good evening, Roselle Park. I'll get right to it on infrastructure. As we all know, a ton of work is happening around town, and we thank you for your patience as we rebuild our borough to last for the years ahead. In the 5th Ward, we've got multiple projects ongoing, including sidewalks, curbs, and paving on Beechwood Avenue, West Webster, and soon paving on Myrtle. And I have an update regarding the Gordon Street Bridge. Due to utility placements and lighting upgrades, the target date for opening has moved slightly, with October 10th now set as a date for completion. Retaining walls are currently being installed on the Roselle Park side, so the remaining roadway can be set. Off-road and onto multi-use trails. Over the last 2 weeks, I've been on webinars regarding creative trail programming through public-private partnerships. One on bridging the gap on trails, focusing on design and ADA accessibility, and another on porous, flexible pavement and asphalt trails. Lessons learned for multi-use trails. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Mayor and my colleagues here for supporting my Resolution 262, adopting Vision Zero goals for the borough. This administration, as the mayor had mentioned and Councilman Johnson alluded to, worked very hard on transportation safety, connecting our bikeways and our pedestrians. And this Vision Zero goal is going to help us now, recognizing that it's adopting the goal of 0 traffic deaths and serious injuries, stating that no loss of life or serious injury is acceptable on our streets. So what we're going to do is adopting this goal also helps us eliminate traffic deaths and serious injuries by endorsing Vision Zero as a comprehensive and holistic approach to achieving the goal. So thank you all. And also on the 21st, we had our Municipal Land Use Board meeting regarding infrastructure. Land Use Board had approved an application for a new generator at County Educators Federal Credit Union. The new generator will be significantly quieter than the current generator, running at 65 decibels, below the state standard of 73 decibels. They, the applicant, confirmed it will only be on a weekly testing schedule, on for 30 minutes on Saturdays at 8:30 in the morning. However, any neighboring residents with concern on time, please reach out to Councilwoman Lyons, Talia Smith, the board clerk, at tsmith@rosellepark.net, or myself as the Municipal Land Use Board Liaison, so we can adjust the testing time with the credit union. Next Municipal Land Use Board meeting is Monday, September 18th at 7 p.m. I visited and talked with a number of residents on Valley, Faytoot, West Lincoln, Willow, Beechwood, Chester, Amsterdam, West Colfax, and Myrtle on concerns anywhere ranging from trees, roadway patches, sidewalks, parks and schools, and private property maintenance issues within the ward, and your voices are being heard. We're currently working internally and externally to resolve many of these issues. On to business. As the borough's liaison to the Chamber of Commerce, on August 18th, I'm happy to announce a number of Roselle Park businesses were in the news. Every Friday, News 12 highlights local businesses in their Main Street, New Jersey segment. News 12 reporter Lauren Dew had a wonderful time here in our borough spotlighting Garden State Athletics, Neary's Deli, Los Altos Restaurant, Just Jubilant, Iorio Deli and Coffee Stop, and Lidio's Flowers and Cafe. The featured businesses ranged between 8 months and 45 years, focusing on food, fitness, and unique gifts. If you missed the live segments, visit the borough's Facebook page, and I have links easily posted on my Facebook page as well. As a result of the News 12 media exposure, after talking with one of the business owners, they've seen an increase in foot traffic, not only from our community, but towns inside and outside of our county. Thanks again to our partners from News 12 for visiting. And congrats to these gems for being featured, and please shop local. Also, I had the opportunity to recognize a business, so congrats to August Business of the Month, Elegant Album at 199 West Clay. They provide a wide variety of printing services, from custom albums and photo prints to wall displays and commercial banners. Visit elegantalbum.com for more information. On to health. As Board of Health Liaison, on August 10th, I attended the County Office of Health Management's Emergency Go Bag event at the library. And in summary, the August summary, events I attended. On August 1st, my family and I attended the finale for the summer's community cool down. Happy to see so many smiles on the hundreds of parents and kids we hosted these last 3 years. Big thanks to Chief Thompson and the RPFD for volunteering their time and dedicating the resource for this event. Thanks to Roselle Park Police Department and PBA 27, along with Director Shaw and Mayor and Council for the support, and look forward to its return next year. August 4th was the Roselle Park Police Department Police Youth Academy graduation. Couldn't make it due to work obligations, so my wife did. 30 students, including my daughter, attended this fantastic and life-changing training event. Not only does this build relationships, respect, and appreciation for our law enforcement, it encourages our kids to get involved in their community. Maybe one day protect and serve like the many homegrown officers on our force. Thank you to Chief Reno, Detectives Polakowski, Madrano, Coca, and Officer Diaz for your hard work organizing this training. Opportunities like this impact our kids more than you'll know. And then a few days later, on the 8th, they were back at it again for National Night Out. Between Police Department and Fire Department, you really come through for our community. On August 9th, we had swim night at Orange Ave Pool in Cranford. It was a fun event. Over 200 Roselle Park residents came out to this inaugural event, which looks like it's going to be an ongoing event next year. Neighbors caught up, friends and families let loose. It was a great time overall, and thank you, Rupin, for helping coordinate, and Councilman Petrosky for attending. Appreciate your support. August 2nd, my family and I attended the Mike Knight finale. Great job, Councilwoman Lyons. Roselle Park certainly has talent. Now on to upcoming events right after Labor Day. The 10th, as Director Shaw had talked about earlier, is going to be our first ever Tour to Roselle Park and third annual bike clinic and helmet giveaway. Tour departs the gazebo at 12:30 sharp, and the clinic starts at 1:30 p.m. Easy Ride, NJ Bike and Walk Coalition, AAA, Children's Specialized Hospital, Bob's Bicycle Service, and Union County will be on hand to provide information, resources, and offer helmet fittings. We're giving away 100 helmets, so if you have a child or young adult at home that can benefit, have them come over and learn how to ride our roadways safely and pick up a helmet while supplies last. Next month is Hispanic Heritage Month, so on September 8th, join us for the Fiesta Hispana y Latina, 7:30, here at Michael Maury Park. 34% of our community identifies as Hispanic or Latino based on the most recent census, so please come out and enjoy the music, culture, and dance with friends and neighbors. September 11th, please join us on Monday, 9/11, as we pay our respects to everyone lost in the tragic attacks on our nation, and all we continue to lose to this day as a result, at the Remembrance Service at Kelly Coffers Park in the 5th Ward at 7 p.m. Mayor, I got 2 more sentences. And last but not least, I'd like to wish my amazing wife, Jackie, a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Thank you. I love you, and thank you for being the best partner and mom anyone could ask for. Thank you for reaching out, and thank you for your patience. Fifth Ward, Roselle Park, I'm here for you at 862-236-0019 and jrevine@rosellepark.net. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman?
Good evening, Mayor and Council and everyone, Roselle Park residents. Everyone looked tan tonight, I gotta say. It was wonderful. I'm hoping that everybody's relaxing a little bit and squeezing out a little bit of the rest of the summer. I was away in Italy. I want to start off with this. It's a quote. Someone in a small town and never met before actually came up to me and said this to me. And I said, I'm going to share this with the community. It says, a smile costs nothing and produces a lot. It enriches those who receive it without impoverishing those who give it. It only lasts a moment, but sometimes it's a memory eternal. No one is so rich that they cannot do without them. No one is poor enough not to give it. It creates happiness at home, in business. It is a support. It is the sensitive sign of friendship. A smile gives rest to those who are tired, renews courage in trials, in sadness. It is consolation. It is the natural antidote to all our pains. It cannot be bought, lent, or stolen because it is something of value only when it is given. If you sometimes meet someone who can no longer smile, be generous. Give them yours because no one needs a smile as much as the one who can't give it. So I share that with you because this community, as Councilman Jay and everyone, just we're doing a lot, and it's awesome, and it's a testament to everyone that's on this team. And I just want to thank everyone, really, for everybody's hands that's doing something in the town. The sidewalk project, I just want to give a shout out to all the construction people. They are a great team of people. They are getting it done. Everyone that's really mayor, you picked out a great style, Mayor. The mayor, the sidewalk.
Oh, they look good.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was like. Somebody was yelling at me about, somebody was like, it'd be nice if it was red brick. The problem with the red brick is it fades and it looks like pink after a while.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the black stuff, it just fades a little bit, but it still looks gray at least.
No, it's good. It's
Thank you.
good. So
I appreciate that, Roselle.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's just been going great, and I see the businesses are eager to obviously get just everyone in. So please support them. I also want to definitely mention what was happening in the last couple weeks. So open mic, we did have an awesome turnout. I thank everyone here that showed up. I saw each of you and I appreciate that. We want to do more. There is so much local talent here. We had singers that ranging really from 6 years old all the way through 60 something. And we welcome anybody. I mean, listen, if you're 99 and you want to come and sing, I welcome you. But it was great. I just want to acknowledge Rupin Shaw and Land's Music. And just, it was such a great team effort. I was so blessed to host it and really connect with everyone. And we have talent for upcoming events. I also want to acknowledge the Roselle Park Walking Club. We were walking up to about 21 miles a week, 7 times a week. It was really awesome. We took a little bit of a break, but we are going to resume next week. So check out for my post will be coming back. The community cool down was awesome. Congratulations to Councilman Jay and everyone, fire department, everybody that lent a hand with that. Really smiles with the kids and family was just amazing. That's pretty much my report. I just want to remind everyone the Roselle Park app. If someone is hearing this,
Yeah.
it's all there, people. Just click on it and everything for the month. We have 1, 2, 3, like 8 different things going on in September. So it's just such a great thing. And even I used it when there was an issue. It was like the garbage was like overflowing at the end of one of our events. I clicked on it. They did it the next day. And I was like, yay, I get notifications. So that was such a great thing. But my number, 908-726-8773. Please call me if you need me. And I look forward to the fall season with everyone. Thank you.
Good report. Thank you, Rosanna. Councilman Petrosky.
Thank you, Mayor. Huh? Yeah. Okay. First of all, I want to send my condolences out to James Himes. He was a 1964 graduate. He was in the Marines, and he was a Elizabeth police officer for many years. Elaine Furchek Ardenti, Anthony Siri Jr., and Rosanna Matusa. She's a 1969 graduate. August 1st, I attended the Acker Park meeting. I thought it went very well. A lot of responses, what people want down there, and like I said, hopefully, I'm very happy that we got the grant money for that, and you know, so I'm sure it's going to be put to good use. On the 8th, I attended the National Night Out. A good showing and everything, and you know, I appreciate the fire department and the police department for all they did. On the 9th, I attended the swim at the Cranford Pool. A good showing there. I was a little surprised at first because I figured that, it didn't start to 8:30, that there wouldn't be that many people, but I was surprised there was. So. On the 15th, there was a special meeting for one of the committees I'm on the joint sewer. On the 17th, I attended the joint sewer meeting, the regular one monthly. Big discussion on looking to get the answers why the pension went up so high. There was a lot of concerns.
We're looking to find that out too, Joe.
I know, but that was a major discussion. It was
brutal.
It was,
Every town.
Yeah, but also the joint sewer.
Yeah.
Like that. I was thinking about you, Ken. And then they did payment of bills, and it was kind of a short meeting. That was the big topic, was the pension. So hopefully, we'll be meeting in September. So if you need to get a hold of me, you can get me at jakepetrosky@rosellepark.net, 908-666-7821. That's my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Greg?
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Council, and residents. I'd like to begin my report by wishing all council members and residents a wonderful and enjoyable summer, or what's left of it. So it's only a week left, so or two. So please enjoy yourselves. Now let me divulge into the meetings that I attended and supported since our last mayor and council session on Wednesday, July 26th. I had the pleasure of attending the Summer Nights at the Gazebo grand finale event hosted by our 3rd Ward Councilwoman Roseanne Antonuccio Lyons. All I have to say is that Roselle Park, mirroring what you just said, Councilman, truly has remarkable talent, and it was evident on that night. It was evident. So I enjoyed myself. It's always heartwarming to see the community come together during such positive community events. Kudos to you, Ro, on the job well done. I enjoyed myself. Thank you. On Tuesday, August 1, I participated in a community interest session centered around upcoming Aqua Park renovations project in Roselle Park. Always good to receive the input from the community. I have some input of my own that I'll share with you guys afterwards regarding parking. I have an idea where we can, I actually brought pictures, but.
Which one's this, Greg?
This is for Acker Park, but you could pass those down.
Oh, yeah,
but,
send it over.
I was thinking adding maybe something like that along the Lehigh Ave. I'll go into details further. I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, residents are going to love that. Show this to Antoinette Signorella.
Yeah. On August 2nd, I joined the virtual discussion on Route 28 with NJDOT representatives, with the mayor, our borough professionals. Topics covered range from what we just said, so I don't want to belabor: renovations, safety upgrades, bike lanes, bump outs, transit lanes, closed medians, overall designs, etc. And then I had in there that meeting was constructive and comprehensive, with more insight anticipated from the mayor, but then he passed it to me. To conclude, August 21st, I was present for the pre-construction meeting for Myrtle and Dalton, which should commence very shortly. So I just want to say thank you to you guys. I look forward to seeing Dalton, and I know my colleagues also looking forward to see Myrtle. And regardless of when this work is going to get done, there's never going to be a perfect time. So this is positive, and let's just keep it positive. This is fixing our infrastructure. So that's my position. And now for my community announcements. Attention Roselle Park residents, please join us for the second annual community preparation event, a collaborative initiative sponsored by Greg Johnson Civic Association, the Borough of Roselle Park, and presented by Council Member at Large Joseph Signorello and myself. This year's event continues our mission conceived after a tragic loss of a beloved community member in a motorcycle accident to enhance safety and resilience of our community. Last year, when I first did this, was what initiated me to bring something like this to empower our community was the loss of David De La Rosa. He was a SAL member, volunteer fire department, a long-term resident, and so I just want to try to strengthen our community, and I think that the main focus of this event is to empower our community members with essential life-saving skills that can make a critical difference in emergency situations before professional help arrives. That second, having someone there that can respond and give additional time to first responders is huge. So this magnificent free CPR training and certification community preparation life first event will be held on Saturday, September 23rd, 2023 from 12 p.m. To 5 p.m. at the Casano Center. Lunch and refreshments will be available for selected participants. The more people that we have that show interest, we may expand, but for right now, we want to keep it to the adolescents. So that's, and as long as you fit those, you're a resident of Roselle Park, and you fit within that criteria, but it doesn't mean that just because you don't fit that age group, you can't. We urge and we welcome everyone to sign up for it, because it may be a spot available, and why not get that certification? So the knowledge and skills acquired are not only, I already said that, excuse me. So please spread the word about this special life-saving event, and please don't forget to scan the QR code to register online. Together we can strengthen our community ability to respond, recover, and thrive in the face of emergencies. So please remember, your voice matters. And as First Ward Council, I will always place the concerns of the residents within the Borough of Roselle Park first. If you need to get in contact with me, please email me at gjohnson@rosellepark.net, or you can call me at 908-303-1519. And Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Signorello?
Yes, good evening. Councilman Brzezowski, Jimmy Hine was actually a member of the Lorraine Hose Company for many years too, yeah.
Used to live on Sheridan.
Yep, good man. I too attended the Acro Park meeting on August 1st. I've been involved, me and my wife, and the neighbors from Woodland Ave since 1988. This is, I guess, our third round of improvements. It's great to see that park being used, and it has got beaten up, but it's a good reason that the kids are wearing out the equipment and so on. I have attended most of the cool downs, and I want to say, except for the last one, the open mics were wonderful. I will tell you a couple of evenings, a couple of the young kids that make me cry. It's just very emotional. I have a neighbor who lives across the street from me, and I remember when she sang at the baseball opening day, and wow, she's unbelievable. So, and all of them, and a couple of good comedians, a couple of ones should keep their day job, but whatever. But other than that, but it was wonderful following the farmers market. A little disappointed that the pizza guy is not coming back or whatever. I know the farmers market is doing pretty good. I think last Wednesday we have a baker there now, and the baker's been doing pretty good. I think it has an affiliation with the coffee, Lido's, the coffee spot on Westfield Ave. I think she's a borough, I believe a borough resident. So the baker, I had a couple, my wife only brought home the good stuff last night, but none of the cookies or cakes. So a spinach bread and a couple of stuff with vegetables. But next week I got to get some sweets. But other than that, and happy that some of these projects are going, and thank you that we're going to pave, get Clay Ave paved before school starts, behind the school in 100 block. So we'll try to avoid any confusion with paving behind the middle school and Robert Gordon. I witnessed the wrath of construction the last 2 days. Calvin Hill Road has been closed, so they've been coming down my street, but we got to do its progress is progress. You know, I failed to mention with the police chief here the other before, but I had a resident come up to me, and I'm going to make it short and sweet about some good stuff that the police department dealt with her family member, and I just wanted to say kudos to the police department, are doing some good stuff out there with a lot of summer activity going on. So you always hear more bad stuff. I wanted to say the last couple of days been hearing a lot of good things about the Roselle Park Police Department. Other than that, you can get a hold of me, jsignorella@rosellepark.net, and 908-721-6488. Good evening.
Stupid mic. 2-minute council updates next year. That's what we're switching to. 2 minutes. I have nothing else to update beyond what I think council did a good job stating. Very excited to see the downtown T-section project coming along. I actually think this is the first time I've seen contractors, and I don't have that many complaints. I actually think they're doing a pretty good job as far as a big project goes. Would you agree there, Andrew? Yeah. Yeah. Just in general, they've been trying to, we started off at the gazebo spot just to try and get it done from before school started. They did a really good job getting out of that. I think they've been trying to like localize some of the pain, right? So you got to deal with it in front of your shop for a little bit and then they're out. Westfield Ave is going to be a little bit more difficult with traffic, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. I am excited for some of the things that we're working on with the school system. I think there's going to be, I'm happy to see the SELO program expanded this year. I also have a to work with Ms. Goyce and the new superintendent and some of the Board of Ed members. You know, we have a office space over at one of the new buildings in Romorowski that I was originally planned to be the museum, but I kind of like the museum where it is. I think it like doesn't really make much sense to move it from the downtown. So I'm curious to see if they want to use the space. Might be helpful for some of their administrative work. And then we're also actively helping to look for pre-K space for them, as they can get some grant money to help out with the kids with some pre-K services. And then finally, we're still actively looking with them and a little bit more of a joint effort to try and get some more space for the soccer players, because we know that's an urgent need in town. So lots of collaborations with the Board of Ed coming up. Hope to have a good working relationship this fall with them. And that's my report. Mayor Sig at rosellepark.net. If you have any questions, may I have a motion to open the public portion on any subject matter?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Maybe like to come up and speak? Coming, Mike? I only see one member of the public, so we're two. It's a hopping meeting.
I'll have to say my name and address.
Yep.
Hello, Michael Dory, 426 Myrtle Avenue. And I'm going to be real quick, but good evening, Mayor and Council folks here. It's a pleasure to be here. The reason I'm here tonight is I have an issue that I need your help desperately with. I'm at 426 Myrtle. The house next to me, 422, has had garbage piled up since before, I recorded before June 18th, around Father's Day. And it's causing a major issue. It's a health concern now, because we have rats, there's organic waste, so there's rats, there's squirrels, and now there's roaches.
Gross.
And the roaches are getting into our house. And so it's, you know, I kind of hoped that it would go away, but it didn't. So in all fairness, I did reach out to Councilman Kajan Patel.
Yep.
He's been responsive. I reached out to Judith Mack, responsive. But here's what's going on. The place is, the owner of the house, the bank locked them out. It was going to go into foreclosure. So it's in this state where the owner says, I can't go on the property, but the bank's unresponsive. Judith's writing tickets. It's just sitting there. When it's 95 degrees out, you can't go outside. It's disgusting.
Disgusting, yeah.
So you understand what I'm going through. I wouldn't waste your time tonight, but
No, I wish I knew about it earlier. I'm sorry, Mike. Is there anything else you want to mention? I don't want to take up your time.
no,
but
that's.
I want to get
I just
involved.
need your help. And again, Judy and Kajan, this is not a negative on them. It's just they said we're in this place where the owner's going to court to show that he's not responsible for it. And that's getting kicked. They're kicking the can.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, we're
Can
just
we,
kind
can
of.
we just have DPW pick it up and put a lien?
So there are several properties that are in a similar state. That one may be the worst, unfortunately for you. The Department of Public Works is going to address it more than likely Saturday, so they will
Okay.
be out on site.
That'll be-
And just to be clear for the public, so the way this works is if somebody is that negligent, right, to the extent that you're talking about, the DPW or a contractor the borough hires will go out on site. We will encumber the cost. We will then assess it as a maintenance lien, so that when these people or whatever entity pays their taxes, they'll have to pay the lien first.
Yeah, and I looked. I know that's perfect. That's a great way to address it. I just want to. You mentioned that's the property's bad. I'm hoping that's an anomaly because that place is bad news. The owner must have went to an outside party. Again, this isn't personal, but they put out ads to say no credit, no problem, animals come in, and you get unsavory people. You would not want to live next to this thing. And
Yeah, there's several, I don't mean to interrupt the governing body, but there's several processes that we're taking. All right, obviously code enforcement, the court route, we have vacant properties. I actually tried to call this entity several times over the last week just to try to get in touch with them, kind of, I don't want to use the word threaten, but to threaten them and say the borough is going to take action and you're not going to like it.
Wait, so sorry, they're renting out the house or they were selling? What is this
Again,
entity?
Fact-wise, it's owned by a certain person. The bank locked them out. The police were there. The police chief was there. There was a big thing where somebody came. They put lock boxes outside. 4 young guys came. I came outside. Hey, fellas, what's going on? They didn't say anything. The police came. There's illegal activity. It's bad news. So I'm hoping, at minimum, let's get the garbage out, but I'm praying that another crew I'm hoping they're not squatters.
The circle is getting closer and closer to the issue here. There's several layers of problems with this property in particular, but we're getting closer and closer to pinning it down. In the short term, the maintenance will be corrected, again, probably Saturday on an overtime detail, and we'll assess the lien on the property.
Can we get more help out there since you mentioned the rodents?
Possibly. We will be doing that too then. I think that we're going to take an all approach to this.
And I know I'm going over my 4 minutes. On a positive note, I love the town. You guys are awesome. We love being here. We're excited for all the transit. I think the NJDOT thing makes the most sense. So keep rolling, and appreciate it. I'm not always here for this type of stuff, but I appreciate you listening.
Yeah, appreciate it, Mike. Yeah,
I appreciate that comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll make sure that.
So I went by the house, you can't see the address because of the big bushes, so.
You can't repeat
talk
anymore,
anymore,
Mike.
so I've been by the house twice. I've been by the house twice.
I just saw the picture today. I wish I knew about it earlier. It's disgusting.
Yeah, with the Japanese U's in the front, you can't even see the address.
We usually get this with grass a lot, right? This is the worst I've seen it with garbage. Yeah.
We have three for everybody's edification, right? There are 3 properties. There's more than 3 that are
Is it the same company?
No, it's not all owned by a company. Some of them are, there might be properties in probate, right?
Yep.
There's different scenarios. This one is honestly the most complicated, the most complex. It's been to court several times. The individual and whatever other entity does not show up to court, based off of, administrative office of the court rules. We're not allowed to issue warrants anymore. It is problematic when people try to circumvent the law and know the system, right? And we are slowly, circling in on the problem here. Unfortunately for the residents that live right around these properties, it's problematic.
In extreme circumstances like this, Andrew, where does condemnation come into play?
I couldn't answer that.
Yeah, there's,
There's not to interrupt you, Mayor, but I mean, if there's an entity paying taxes on the property, there's not a whole lot to do.
especially with residencies, it's incredibly difficult, and it could be, we're looking at it just for some of our downtown entities candidly, and it's easier without residential, but even with commercial properties, it is a nightmare. The courts are very, very liberal when it comes to that stuff in Jersey. But I'm glad it's on my radar now. It wasn't until today.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Okay. May I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject?
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, may I have a motion to adjourn? A little rusty. We only do 2 of these in the summer. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Cool. Wait, so I don't.